What's up everybody, welcome to another episode. A while back I showed you guys how you can spool up a bait casting reel with fluorocarbon or monofilament line, and now I'm going to show you guys how you can do it with braided line. So it's just a tiny bit different, but it's very important to know how to do if you are going to use braided line. Because if you use braid, it will not work the same way as monofilament and fluorocarbon go onto your reel. So the strings you're going to need today are a fluorocarbon or monofilament line, which is going to be your backing line. And I always try to choose this to be the same diameter or as close as I can to the braided line that I'm using. So this is 8-pound test monofilament line, and I've got 30-pound Vicious here. So it has a diameter of 0.24 millimeters, so that's about the same size as 6 or 8 pound line, and that having the same size will just give you a better knot. You're going to also need a pair of scissors. Again, I like the fly tying scissors because they're sharp and they get in very small places like you need. Then you're also going to need your rod and reel, of course. This is a Powell Inferno rod. This is the Mag Heavy frog rod with a Lew's Tournament SK reel on it. So the first thing that we're going to do is take our monofilament or fluorocarbon line, and we are going to pull it through the eyes of our rod, and then we'll tell you what we do next. If you're using micro guides like I am, it's hard to put the knot of your braid to monofilament line through the guides towards your tip of your rod. So what I'm going to do is just put it through the first guide on my rod, and that way the knot can still get it through and we can still have the tension that we need. So after you get it through your guides, we are going to take it and put it through the guide on your reel, which is attached to the worm gear, and that keeps your line going back and forth. That keeps it even on your reel. Next, what we got to do is take the line and move it around our whole spool, and that's the most time consuming part. It's pretty simple. It just takes time to get around the whole reel correctly. So we'll do that and show you guys when we get back. Okay, so now that I've got that around, what we're going to do is take this line and do a simple overhand knot. So just tie it overhand. I do 3 times just for a little extra, but 2 is fine. And then what you want to do is make sure it's nice and snug, so pull on it from both sides. That'll make it tight. So now you're going to cut the tag end. And being that I just made sure that it's tight, you don't have to worry about your knot breaking. If you don't tighten it, then you're going to have it tighten when you start pulling line on, and then your knot's going to fall out. So it's always important to put that on before, or tighten your knot before you start spooling line. So now that we've got that on, what we're going to do is just pinch the line, and we're going to start reeling it onto our reel. And we want to get it so it just covers the bottom of the spool of our line and gives the braid something to grip to. Okay, so now I've got a good section of monofilament on there, and like I said, that's going to give your braid something to grip to because it won't grip to the reel very well. So now what we're going to do is take the monofilament line and cut it and get that out of the way, and now we're going to get out the braided line and we're going to attach that to the monofilament. And I actually have a video on how to do this knot. I'm not going to show you now, but I'll leave a link below. I've got like a 1-minute video on how you can tie this knot, so I'll leave a link to that below. Okay, so I'm going to tie the knot quick and then we'll show you the next step. Okay, now we've got that attached and we are going to finish spooling the rest of our reel. So we're just going to take it. You want to make sure that you pinch the line so it goes on there tight. And then you're going to spool it up until there's about 1/8 of an inch of line, 1/8 of an inch of spool left that you can see. Okay, so as you can see, we've got about 1/8 of an inch of spool left showing. And now that it's all filled up, we're just going to cut the line and we're ready to tie on a bait and start fishing. So that's how you tie or spool up a reel with braided fishing line. So thank you guys for watching. I'll leave a couple links in the description to videos that you may be interested in. And thanks again for watching. Be sure to hit subscribe below.